Well, apparently Stellantis just recalled 1.3 million Jeep Wranglers and Gladiators. And I want to be very clear about something, folks. You are apparently perfectly fine to drive it. No problems whatsoever.
Hey, Bill, how's it going? Kids good? Great. Get your fluids changed out and everything topped up for you? Great. Say real quick, the Wrangler and the Gladiator, well, we're having a few very limited, minor issues. So you're going to want to just make sure not to park that thing in the garage at night. Or directly under, well, anything, really. Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead, take it to work. Totally fine there so far. Just make sure when you get there, you park it, way out on the South 40 somewhere, out on the back corner of the lot. Give it some space. But you're good, for sure, yeah. No, go ahead, go pick up the kids. You're fine picking up the kids from school, yeah. You're fine to head to a soccer tournament 6 hours away? Yeah, sure, that's fine, absolutely. Run your errands, not an issue. Go to the grocery store, just maybe a small thing. Don't park under the awning, right? Yeah, park it out there. Let it get some fresh air, some sunlight, right? Yeah, let her breathe, you know what I mean? And at night, totally fine, just don't park that thing in the garage. Don't park it next to your other cars. Don't park it near the house, for sure. And, don't park it near anything you prefer not to see, burn.
Yeah, for some reason, and Stellantis is still looking into this, when nobody's around, these things develop a real enthusiasm for starting fires. They melt the plastic connectors, work their way through the carpet, I assume, and then if nobody catches it in time, torch the whole vehicle right there in your driveway. But during the day, while you're driving around town with your kids, it's perfectly fine. Stellantis said so. So, there you have it. Anyways, let's get into it.
So, here's what actually happened. 1.3 million vehicles, 787,887 Wranglers, 289,112 Gladiators, model years 2021 through 2025. The defect is the electric hydraulic power steering pump. There's an electrical connection in that system that can develop high resistance. High resistance generates heat. Heat melts the connector, and in some cases, that melting connector starts a fire. All the while, that vehicle is sitting there, parked, not running, just sitting there, doing nothing. Stellantis has been investigating this since 2023, 3 years to identify a loose electrical connection. So their remedy: dealers will inspect and replace the power steering pump if necessary. Timeline for parts availability? Yeah, unknown. Their advice to owners in the meantime: park outside, away from structures and combustible materials. To be clear, not a stop drive order, just a strong suggestion to keep your $65,000 rig away from your home, your children, your other vehicles, the family dog, so on and so forth. Now, here's the thing about the Gladiator. The fire recall is actually new news, but the problems are not. Death wobble, if you own a Gladiator, you know exactly what this is. A violent front-end shimmy at highway speeds that feels like the steering wheel is trying to leave the vehicle without you. Jeep has issued multiple technical service bulletins on this. None of them have fully resolved it. Owners have been reporting it since the Gladiator launched. Water leaks. The removable doors and fold-down windshield are the Gladiator's signature features. They're also where water gets in when the seals wear out, which they do, faster than they should on a $50,000 vehicle. Electrical gremlins. The Gladiator shares platform architecture with the Jeep Grand Cherokee, which means it inherits a version of the same electrical complexity that makes the Grand Cherokee a mechanic's least favorite vehicle to diagnose, phantom warning lights, module communication failures, infotainment freezes. And through all of this, Stellantis has been charging $45,000 to $65,000 for the privilege, because the Jeep nameplate commands a premium, because the marketing is genuinely excellent. Trail-rated badges, rock-crawling footage, the adventure lifestyle sold to you in 30-second increments. Now, the engineering underneath that marketing, well, that's a different conversation. Now let's talk about Stellantis for a minute, because this really isn't an isolated incident, now is it? This is what they would call a pattern. The Jeep Wagoneer, $120,000. Macintosh audio, 12 screens, and underneath all that, a 6.4-liter Hemi with cylinder deactivation issues and an electrical system so complex that independent shops send them straight to the dealership. The Hurricane engine, Stellantis' new twin-turbo inline-6, replacing the Hemi in multiple applications. Early owners are reporting turbocharger concerns and oil consumption issues on a platform that hasn't been in service long enough to know the full failure story quite yet. In the years since the Fiat Chrysler and PSA merger created Stellantis, the company has cut production, closed plants, watched multiple executive departures, and seen quality concerns rise across nearly every brand in their portfolio simultaneously. The Jeep nameplate earned its reputation over decades of genuine capability in genuinely difficult conditions. Simple engineering, proven platforms, trucks that worked because they were built to work. That's not exactly what Stellantis has been building lately. Look, I know they're pretty. I know the Gladiator looks like the guy at prom everyone wanted to hang out with. Looks capable, looks adventure ready, looks like it's got everything figured out. But at this point, and I mean this genuinely, I would just stay the hell away from Stellantis, period. The Wagoneer sounds impressive until you actually take a look at what's going on under that hood. The Hurricane engine sounds exciting until you start reading owner forms 6 months in. The Gladiator looks like the truck you've always really wanted until it's wobbling down the highway and leaking water until it smells like an old dish rag. And now it's apparently trying to burn your residence down while you sleep. Just my 2 cents, but everything Stellantis touches is slowly turning into something less than it was. Less reliable, less honest, more expensive, more complicated, and less worth it. The one exception, if I had to come up with one right off the top, and I'll give credit where it's due, is the Ram 1500 with the 5.7-liter Hemi. You know why that engine still has a reputation? Well, because Stellantis inherited it from engineers who built it right, and they haven't fully broken it yet. The best thing Stellantis ever did for the Ram 1500 is mostly leave it alone. And that's not really a compliment. It's an accident.
So if you own a 2021 through 2025 Wrangler or Gladiator, go to NHTSA.gov right now and look up your VIN. Find out if your specific vehicle is included. Get it documented. Don't just park it outside and call it handled. And if you're shopping for a Gladiator right now, this channel exists specifically to tell you what the dealer won't. There are better trucks at better prices with better track records. Drop a comment, Wrangler or Gladiator owner. Did you know about this? I want to hear from the people this actually affects. Hit the subscribe button. More of this to come. I'll see you at the next exit.